Long ago, the world was a quiet and serious place. Creatures moved about with heavy hearts, focused only on survival, speaking in hushed tones. Even in moments of triumph or beauty, there was no lightheartedness, no laughter. The gods themselves had designed the world this way, believing that it would keep order and harmony. In this world lived a clever fox named Fenn. Known for his wit and agility, Fenn found joy in little things: the sound of the wind in the trees, the way sunlight danced on the leaves. But even he could only express his joy through a quiet smile, as laughter was unknown to all creatures. Fenn had a close friend, an old, gentle whale named Moira, who lived in a lake deep in the forest. They spent many evenings together, talking about the beauty of the world. Fenn often joked with her, and though they never laughed, their companionship was a rare warmth in the solemn world. One evening, as they watched the stars, Moira spoke softly. "Fenn, if only we could share the lightness you bring. Sometimes the silence feels like a burden too heavy to carry alone." Fenn nodded, understanding her unspoken wish. Despite the quiet peace of their world, he too felt the weight of its stillness. But their time together was fleeting. Moira was old, and as days passed, Fenn watched her grow weaker. On a chilly autumn morning, Moira passed away, leaving Fenn heartbroken. He wandered the forest alone, his heart heavy with grief. He tried to hold on to the quiet peace they'd shared, but something in him had changed. And then, standing by the lake that Moira had loved, Fenn felt an unexpected urge. A strange sound escaped him, a burst of laughter, a release of all the love, sorrow, and memories they had shared. For the first time, Fenn understood what it meant to laugh, and in that moment, he knew that he had discovered something precious. Fenn's laughter echoed through the forest, a new sound that startled every creature who heard it. They stopped in their tracks, looking around in confusion, wondering what strange force had entered their solemn world. Fenn too was taken aback, surprised by the joy and lightness it brought him, even in his grief. It felt as though Moira was standing by his side, laughing along, reminding him of the beauty of life. As he wandered, he couldn't resist the urge to laugh again. This laughter was different from the quiet smiles or gentle warmth the creatures were used to. It was loud, raw, and full of life, a sound that felt strange and powerful. Other animals began to notice, drawn to Fenn's laughter with a mix of curiosity and caution. A young rabbit approached them, tilting her head. "Fox, what is that sound? It's unusual. Is this some kind of magic?" Fenn smiled and said, "This is laughter, a gift I found to carry both joy and sorrow. It's a way to remember Moira and the happiness she brought." He tried to explain how it lifted his spirit, helping him remember the good times they'd shared rather than just the pain of her loss. The rabbit, still uncertain, attempted to mimic him, letting out a tentative giggle. Her soft laughter echoed Fenn's, and soon the creatures gathered, trying to imitate the strange sound. Some stumbled, others grew embarrassed, but little by little, laughter spread. At first it caused a strange chaos. The solemn world wasn't ready for such a force, and some creatures felt discomfort, as though the very order of things had been shaken. They wondered if Fenn's laughter was dangerous, a threat to their quiet lives. But as Fenn watched them, he saw glimpses of warmth and joy emerging from their confusion. Even in the midst of this chaos, laughter began to take root, a small but powerful bond that bridged the gaps between creatures who had once kept to themselves. Word of the laughter soon reached the gods, who looked down upon the creatures with concern. They had created the world to be solemn, believing that joy will lead to chaos, disrupting the delicate balance of their creation. Angered by Fenn's defiance, the gods summoned him to the peak of the mountain, where they held a council. When Fenn arrived, he stood before the gods with his head held high. Though his heart raced with fear, he knew that challenging the gods' will was dangerous, but he also felt that his laughter, he discovered, was worth defending. One of the gods, a stern figure with eyes like stone, addressed him. "Fenn, what is this sound you have brought into our world? It was not meant to be so. You have disturbed the order we carefully crafted." Fenn took a deep breath and replied, "I found laughter in my sorrow. It helped me remember the joy my friend brought to my life. Without laughter, memory would only bring me pain. But now I can remember her warmth with happiness, even as I grieve." The gods exchanged wary glances. Another god, gentler than the first, asked, "But does this laughter not cause confusion among the creatures? Does it not breed chaos?" Fenn nodded. "At first, yes. It was strange and new, and many did not understand it, but Laughter is also a way to heal. It brings creatures together, allows them to share in each other's lives. It does not ease sorrow, but it helps us carry it with joy. The gods were silent, considering his words. They had intended for the world to be one of quiet harmony, yet they saw the light in Fenn's eyes, a spark that had not existed before. Slowly they began to understand that perhaps joy and sorrow could coexist, each giving meaning to the other. Reluctantly, they allowed him to keep his laughter, though they warned him to use it wisely. Fenn left the mountain with a heart filled with hope, ready to share his newfound joy with the world. Back in the forest, Fenn continued to share laughter with the creatures. As they learned to embrace it, they discovered that it was not just a sound, but a way to express emotions that had been buried for so long. The creatures began to laugh together, each finding comfort in the shared moments of joy and sorrow. Fenn taught them that laughter could be soft, like gentle rustling of leaves, or loud like the crashing of waves. Soon, animals who had once avoided each other started gathering to share stories, each tale punctuated by bursts of laughter that echoed through the forest. In time, laughter became a part of their lives. Woven in their stories and traditions, they laughed in memory of loved ones lost, as Fenn had done for Moira, honoring their memories with joy rather than silence. Even the most reserved creatures, like the owls and deers, began to find solace in laughter, their solemn world brightening with each shared smile. Fenn watched with pride as laughter transformed his world. He saw creatures comforting one another, their laughter a reminder that they were not alone, and he realized that laughter was not just a response to happiness, it was a way to cope, to connect, and to celebrate life's beauty and hardships. Through laughter, the forest had become a family, each creature finding strength in one another. Fenn felt that Moira's spirit was there with him, her memory alive in every laugh that filled the air. He knew now that the laughter was the greatest gift he could have given, a way to carry love forward. Years passed and Fenn grew older, his red fur tinged with gray, yet his spirit remained as lively as ever, and his laughter had become a legend among the creatures. They spoke of the fox who had brought laughter to the world, who had shown them that joy could heal even the deepest of wounds. One evening, as Fenn sat by the lake, where he and Moira had once shared their quiet talks, he felt a profound peace. He knew that his time was drawing to a close, but he felt no fear. He had left something lasting, a legacy that would continue long after he was gone. As he watched the stars, Fenn let out one last laugh, a sound filled with the joy, sorrow, and love he had carried throughout his life. The laughter echoed across the forest, reaching every creature, reminding them of the gift he had shared with them. The creatures gathered by the lake, each letting out their own laugh, honoring the fox who had taught them to find light in darkness. Together their laughter rose into the night sky, carrying the spirit of Fenn's joy to the heavens. The gods looked down, seeing the harmony that laughter had brought to the world. They smiled, understanding that Fenn's gift had made the creation richer, more beautiful. They blessed his memory, ensuring that laughter would remain a part of his life forever. And so, laughter became a part of the world's fabric, a reminder that joy is a shared gift, bringing healing and connection to all who embrace it.